Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, it is KingNido here, and today we're in Lumio City where the glitches are hosting the Heart Home Spectres. The Spectres coming in for a dominating victory, and they're going to want to look to repeat that here against the Lumio's glitches, whereas the electric types need to get their first win of the season. They want to get things started. Let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win this matchup, and we'll send it down to the field right now.
3, 2, 1, go!
As I said, the ghost types dominated last round, and they're going to want to look to repeat that as they send out Decidueye, who was a huge impact, as well as Poltergeist. It is Raichu and Sandy Shocks on the Lumio's glitches, and immediately a rising voltage from Raichu onto Poltergeist get things started for the electric types, and it's followed up by the Aurora Beam onto Poltergeist. Clearly they want to get this teacup off the field. Poltergeist though with the Wood Hammer onto Sandy Shocks, super effective hit. There is some recoil damage from Poltergeist, however. Decidueye looking to follow it up, going with the Strength Sap onto Raichu, gonna lower its attack. It will not restore any of its health because it is at full strength. Raichu though going for the Iron Head here onto Decidueye. Decidueye tanks that quite well as Sandy Shock's gonna follow it up and sets up the Sandstorm. This is not good for anybody on the field except for Sandy Shocks, as a substitute is performed by Decidueye, cutting into its own health. It will not avoid this Sandstorm, however, as Poltergeist with the Max Punch onto Sandy Shocks. That quick punch doing a little bit of damage there, and here is Raichu taking that damage from the Sandstorm. I'm sure that's not what Sandy Shocks intended, but Poltergeist and Decidueye also taking damage from it as well. Raichu with the Recycle. This move is going to fail, but Sandy Shocks could follow it up here, and it goes for the Synthesis. So Sandy Shocks is going to restore its health. This is really good because Sandy Shocks has already taken a lot of damage in this matchup. But we get a Play Nice from Decidueye. This is going to lower those physical stats of Sandy Shocks, but it is more of a physical attacker, having that 121 base attack. It's only got that 81 base attack, sorry. As an Acid Armor is going to boost Poltergeist's defense, but it does not matter, I do not think, because it is an easy target on the field. If it takes a hit, it is probably going to be eliminated if the Sandstorm doesn't get it first. Decidueye also continuing to take damage from that Sandstorm. As we get an Iron Defense from Raichu, it is heavily going to boost its defense here. And Sandy Shocks going to go for the String Shot, trying to lower the speed here of the Ghost types. The speed advantage is already on the side of the Lumio's glitches. Mind you, the Ghost typing does have one of the quickest Pokemon in the PokeType League, and that is Dragapult, as the Hydro Cannon eliminates Sandy Shocks just like that from Poltergeist. That fantastic hit there, as that Sandstorm continues to do damage from everyone so on the field. I did not expect the Paradox Pokemon to be eliminated so quickly from this match, but Poltergeist also eliminated thanks to that Sandstorm that was set up earlier, and now out comes Magnezone, the Steel Electric type, and Typhlosion in its Hisuian form. Raichu though going for the Vacuum Wave. Doesn't affect Typhlosion, however, because it is Ghost Fire type. The Scorching Sands though onto Raichu, super effective, but Raichu able to hold on, and now a Rock Smash from Decidueye onto Magnezone, also super effective. It is gonna lower, I believe, yes, the defense, sorry, of Magnezone. Magnezone though is gonna respond by setting up a Perish song. Already Magnezone has had enough. Everyone who has heard this song will be eliminated in 3 turns. Although Raichu looks like it only has 1 turn left in it as this Sandstorm continues over the field. But everybody's Perish count does fall to 3. They have 3 turns left, and if they do not go back to the bench before then, they are eliminated. Unless, of course, they're already eliminated by then. But first, Raichu is going to go for a dive. It's going to dive underwater. It needs, so it is going to get itself out of the way of this Sandstorm. But now an Aqua Step onto Magnezone. Gets a really good hit, does Typhlosion, and it's going to boost its speed as well. A Phantom Force is being set up by Decidueye, so it's going to vanish from this field instantly. So we cannot even see the substitute anymore, but a Grass Knot will connect with Typhlosion. Not very effective from Magnezone. Does some okay damage though, but that Sandstorm has subsided as the Perish counts fall to 2 on this field. Only 2 turns left for everyone on the field. As I said, they will be eliminated when it falls to 0, but Typhlosion with the Blast Burn. Raichu is able to avoid that thanks to the dive, but Raichu going for the dive targets Decidueye, who avoids the attack. And now Decidueye with the Phantom Force eliminates Raichu from this matchup, and its substitute comes back out onto the field. Magnezone now setting up a disable, preventing Decidueye from going for its attacks. It will be left to struggle on the field, but we only have a perish count of 1 left for the 3 Pokemon on the field, so they will be eliminated at the end of this turn as Bronzong comes out onto the field and immediately terrestrializes into an electric type. It's going to lose the steel typing, it's going to lose the psychic typing, but it has that levitate ability that can come in clutch for this side. As Bronzong is one of the slow Pokemon, is going to be hit by the extra sensory from Typhlosion. Decidueye, no moves left, is going to go for the struggle, and it goes for the terrestrializing Pokemon, which is really smart because it will still be on the field at the end of this turn. Decidueye damaged by the recoil here, and Magnezone going for the heavy slam onto Typhlosion. Not very effective. Typhlosion heavily tanks that hit. Bronzong going for the glare. This is going to leave Typhlosion paralyzed, but that will not matter because this perish count is about to fall to 0. Magnezone, Decidueye, and Typhlosion are all going to be eliminated. There goes the substitute as well. It is off this field. It's not very often you see a Pokemon eliminated when its substitute is out in play. Typhlosion is gone, and Magnezone is gone as well. It is now a 3 versus 3 battle. Both sides having lost half their team. Drifblim coming out for the Hearthome Spectres, and it's going to be joined by Goldango. And out comes Bellibolt for the Lumiose Glitches. We get an immediate Flame Wheel from Goldango onto Bellibolt, and Drifblim looking to follow it up, going for the low kick here onto Bronzong. Gets a good hit there on a Bronzong as well, but Bellibolt with the Dragon Pulse onto Drifblim. Drifblim taking some damage there, and it's going to be followed up by Bronzong going for the Dream Eater, but there's no one to connect with because nobody's asleep. Goldango going for the Terra Blast, continuing to target Bellibolt here, chipping away here at this delicious looking Pokemon. And we get a Growl from Drifblim. It's going to lower the attack of both Bronzong and Bellibolt here. Bronzong, though, is more defensive, 116 across its defensive stats, as Bellibolt with it lowering the special attack here of Drifblim. And we get a Growl now from Bronzong, lowering the attack of Drifblim, but it will not work on Goldango thanks to that Good as Gold ability. But as I said, the attack of Drifblim is lowered. The Weather Ball now by Goldango onto Bronzong. Bronzong is eliminated from this matchup. The terrestrializing Pokemon taken out, and the Hearthome Spectres have taken back the lead. That self-destruct will not work. Bellibolt having the damp ability prevents Drifblim from completing that move. And now Bellibolt with the splash, nothing will happen. But out comes Ampharos for the Lumiose Glitches. And Goldango with the Flare Blitz, another Fire-type move, yet again going for Bellibolt. There is going to be a little bit of recoil damage for Goldango, but it has left Bellibolt with the burn condition, so that is going to chip away. This is the second match in a row for Bellibolt, I believe, where it has been left burn as it takes the Drill Peck there, and Ampharos with the Cross Poison will not affect Goldango because it's also a part Steel type. The Hydro Cannon, though, will affect Goldango, and that is a really good hit there on the Ghost Steel type Pokemon as Bellibolt is hurt by its burn. Goldango, though, going for the Outrage, and it targets Ampharos with that move. Ampharos actually tanks that kind of well, much better than I expected, but it is followed up with a Flamethrower from Drifblim. Ampharos, though, is going to go for the Will-O-Wisp. It's going to leave Drifblim with a burn of its own, so it's going to be feeling the effects of that in between turns. Bellibolt having to recharge after last turn, but Drifblim and Bellibolt now taking their burn in between turns. That passive damage chipping away at them. It doesn't look like Bellibolt has much time left in this matchup, as the Outrage from Goldango is actually going to finish it off. Bellibolt taken out. Ampharos is all by itself, having 3 Ghost types to contend with, and one of them's part Steel type. That is not good for Ampharos, but Goldango is left confused due to the fatigue. That Outrage is over, but the Parabolic Charge hits both Ampharos and Goldango. I think it actually did more damage to Goldango, which I do not think Drifblim would have intended it to, but it does have some of its energy restored here, kind of offsetting that burn that it is suffering from. But now Ampharos going for the Hex onto Goldango and gets the elimination with that super effective move. Fantastic play there by Ampharos as that burn hurts Drifblim. And the Hard Home Spectres will be sending out their last Pokemon, and it is Skeledirge making its debut this season. But a Darkest Lariat now from Drifblim onto Ampharos, heavily taking that hit. Skeledirge though, following up with the Feather Dance onto the Electric type. It is going to lower Ampharos' attack stat a great deal there, but Ampharos going for the guard swap, switching its guard here with Drifblim. All stat changes to the defense and special defense being shared, as Drifblim continues to take damage from the burn here. Drifblim with the Steel Wing onto the Electric type, not very effective. Yet another move tanked by Ampharos. Skeledirge though with the Cross Poison. Ampharos hangs on though. It's gonna follow it up with the Giga Impact, but it will not affect the Ghost types who are immune to it. Drifblim taking that damage from the burn, but it has an opportunity to eliminate Ampharos here. It goes for the Earth Power. This will be super effective and gets the elimination. The Hard Home Spectres have won yet again. This is 2 victories to start off their season. This should surely move them onto the top of the leaderboard to end the round yet again. And they're going to want to look to stay there after next round when they face the future Royal Gators. Whereas the Lumiose Glitches have another huge task ahead of them next round when they have to go up against the Opelucid Emperors. They want to get their first win of the season, but until then, Nidorinos and Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.